Hi, welcome back to my channel. Like always, thank you so much for all your love and comments. I truly appreciate them. If this is the first time you are seeing me, can I request you to please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get to do every time I do my next video. So today's video is again a request that's come through is do a comparison between ACCA and CFA. Now, I would like to disappoint you stating that there is no comparison between the two programs because it's like comparing apple with oranges, right? Both the programs are very different, have different work profiles that it is targeted for, right? So, for example, ACCA is a generic finance and accounting professional, right? So once you are an ACCA, you are someone who can work in finance, in accounting, in taxation, in auditing, right? So most of the profiles you can quite comfortably work because you become a more generic personnel, accounting personnel. Look, I hope I don't offend anyone by saying that because this is what it is. Like the same is for a chartered accountant, right? Chartered accountant, ACCAs, right? Because you've studied everything, you are able to work in any of the profiles. On the other hand, a CFA, right, is a hardcore finance professional, and when it comes to finance, a hardcore financial markets personnel, right? So someone who understands equity really well, debt really well, understands risk pretty well, right? So that's why I said that you are comparing someone who knows a lot of things, maybe little to someone who knows one thing in as depth as possible in the world, right? So therefore, it's a comparison between apple and oranges. But still, if someone really wants to understand whether they should do ACCA, CFA, if you are someone who likes derivatives, you like equity, you like economics, you like alternative investments, because these are all the syllabus areas of a CFA, right? So if you're someone who enjoys all of these topics, then CFA is for you. But you are someone who likes some of this as well as accounting. Now, I would be wrong if I say that there is no accounting at all in CFA. There is financial statement analysis, there is reporting as well in there, right? However, the major chunk is finance related topics, whereas when it comes to, let's say, an ACCA, there is financial reporting, which is accounting, then there is costing, then there is financial management, which of course has a lot of stuff which is there in the CFA, and then you've got your taxation, your auditing. Now, taxation, auditing, these are not the kind of things that you will have in depth in CFA. Of course, ethics will become common in both the areas, right? So if you're someone who wants to have a bit of all of it because you're not sure if you want to be in finance only, like I was never sure if I wanted to have a career in finance. So while I started in audits, I did a lot of prime accounting, I went into finance, and again, not in the financial markets, but I was in financial controlling, right, at UBS. Right? So if you're someone who likes to get into, let's say, in investment banking, in consulting roles, those kind of opportunities, then yes, CFA is what you should be only focusing on. However, if you're someone who's not sure about it, would like to do all of the bits, have to have a knowledge of all of the bits, and maybe at a later stage will make up mind, because again, you can always do an ACCA, get into the industry, and then maybe do an MBA in finance, right? So I don't know how helpful this has been, because I obviously, like I said, I can quite comfortably do a video on how many papers are in ACCA versus how many levels are there in CFA. And just if you're interested, there are 30 in ACCA, while there are 3 levels in CFA, and within each level there are 10 subparts, right? So while it says it's a level, but there are all these subjects in all these levels as well. So it is very in depth as well. While it's just a level, but there is a lot of depth to it. There is almost 300 hours of study that needs to go into each level to complete. So you can imagine, right? You're looking at almost 900 odd hours, and don't forget, CFAs don't get any exemptions, while ACCA still get exemptions. But yes, I understand if you're not someone who've taken exemptions, then yes, with 80, 90 hours per paper, in fact more than 100 hours in some of the papers, then yes, you're looking at 1300, 1500 hours as well for ACCA too, right? As far as the exam windows are concerned, you've got multiple exam windows. I think almost 4 in CFA, and the same is in the ACCA. But in CFA, you have to book exams a much more in advance, whereas in ACCA you can book exams even 1 month prior to your exams, right? In terms of the cost, look, the exam fees is fairly high in CFA. It's almost lakh and a half rupees, whereas in ACCA it is individual papers around 15,000 odd rupees, right? But I feel if you look at the overall cost of doing CFA and the overall cost of doing ACCA, I think it's probably the same, right? I've not done the math already, but yeah, it looks like it. If you take a good coaching, it comes to around 2.5 lakh rupees, another 2.5 lakh, 3 lakh rupees body fees, so 5 odd lakh rupees to do ACCA from the start. And the same will be for a CFA. A good coaching will cost you about 50,000 to 70,000 per level, and then the exam fees etc. is a lakh and a half. You can apply for a scholarship there, right? But yeah, overall 5 odd lakh rupees is what you will spend. In terms of pass rates, CFA has been dropping its pass rates every quarter, it seems like it, right? So it's around 30 odd percentage in CFA. In ACC on an average it is about 40 to 50%. So look, both the exams are competitive, both the exams are highly renowned anywhere you go in the world, right? So it's up to you really where your heart lies the most. But whichever course you want to do at FPA, we are training for both of them. So if you need any help, feel free to write to us. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, can you share it with your friends? And if you need any more information, please drop me a comment. Thank you so much. Bye bye.